Okay, so the third route, the first one was the state acting domestically. The second is the ICC route. And the third one is, sige ba? Another one, yeah. What they call Citizens Initiative. Iba ito sa iba ito sa Truth Commission. Ang Truth Commission kasi katulad na sa South Africa, sa Rwanda, sa Chile, marami pang iba dyan, a number of the states. Usually, the Truth Commission is set up by the state but the state mismo, it's a state-sponsored activity to determine what really went wrong and then to prosecute if necessary. Pero kasi kung gagawin natin yan dito, siyempre, ang mangyayari dyan, ang nangyayari, and katulad ng but the Citizens Initiative is different in the sense that we're proposing a grassroots level. So kung yung state-sponsored investigations o kung may Truth Commission, from the top down yon. Itong Citizens Initiative, from the ground up.
Ground up siya.
Grassroots level, and not necessarily all national, but a network of but a series and a number of citizens initiatives on the grassroots level, which could be by local churches, civic groups, or guilds, yung business guilds, fishermen, depende sa lugar. Pero yung mga mag-gather nito, yung mga liderato na respetado sa lugar, na alam naman nila, lalo dapat number one, hindi politiko, pati pangalawa, hindi galing sa institutionalized churches o institutionalized groups na talagang kumbaga kasama sa power elite. Ito yung mga ordinaryong mamamayan pero respetado. And then dyan, ideally, ang dapat mapakinggan dito, yung mga drug crime victims. Mga drug crime victims, saka yung mga ibang mga pamilya na, mga pinsan nila, yung mga negosyante, yung mga kung sino-sino pang apektado ng mga kwento. Ngayon, ang mangyayari dyan, kwento lang actually. This is not supposed to be a witch hunt. Hindi siya witch hunt. Ikukwento lang nila ang mga nangyari without necessarily looking at this stage, without looking, yan may kasalanan. It's not a witch hunt. Pero ikwento lang na ito yung mga nangyari. Ito yung mga nasaktan dahilan sa mga krimen na related sa droga. So ang mangyayari niyan actually is, if we can go back muna to the original, to the slide, I just like to point out two more things. What will be the purpose? The purpose is to, we'll just focus on the green slide muna, yes. To propose justice system reforms. Kasi nga, di ba, lagi kaya sinabi nila, kung dito lang sa Pilipinas yan, ang bagal-bagal, walang mangyayari. Di dapat meron sana speed courts, hindi ba? Yung, pwede naman mag-facilitate ng ganyan Or we should have more, yung kumbaga, hindi ba, kahit na sa medicine, meron yung mga assistant na marunong humiwa. Sa gobyerno meron din dapat, you don't have to be lawyers, but mga legal assistants, mga legal na pwedeng tumulong in the research, in the doing the dirty work, so that the lawyers, kasi limitado naman yung mga prosecutors natin, mga fiscals, yan ang pwedeng they can facilitate these things, no. Ngayon, but basically dapat maharap itong justice system natin. Kasi alam ko sa Davao, isang inano nila dati, kunyari, ang ginamit nila na drug courier, bata, so pag napasok yan, bata, so ilalabas ka agad. Hindi naman so nalalabas. O kaya, kunyari, ang napasok napasok sa
kulungan.
Yung medyo adult na, ang ginagawa naman nila, pag nailabas na, pag nakulong, ipapiyansa, ilabas na naman. So they started, that's when the, supposedly, nagkaroon ng resback sa mga drug couriers, sa mga drug crimes, sa mga, Can we go back, and then we can discuss. Ngayon, the other thing is, we really need to address the historic causes of drug abuse. Alam mo, kung bakit ba pumapasok sila dyan? Kasi kung ang sweldo nila na makukuha sa 350 pesos nung pagkahirap-hirapan ng trabaho nila doon sa labas o yung kunyari sa agri sila, ang karamihan yan, lalo na dito sa urban areas, ay nagiging couriers na lang, nagbebenta. Maybe they earn 200 pesos or they earn 250. Kumbaga, almost equivalent to holding a really brutal job. So, we need to address, bakit ba nagdodroga ang tao? In the same way that, hindi ba nagkaroon kayo ng fentanyl crisis dyan sa US, hindi ba?
Yep.
Pero kadalasan yan, saan mo hanapin yan? Doon sa mga nawalan ng trabaho. Usually yan sa mga, as far as I know, those areas na nawalan ng industriya, yun na nagkakaroon ng mga drug problem. Ngayon, balikan natin. So may economic problem, may corruption. Dapat ito ma-address. Ito yung intention ng Citizens Initiative. Not just to look for a scapegoat. Not just to say, hindi, dapat makaso yan, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. And actually, thank you, we can go back. Actually, na-trigger talaga ako nito, Vince, because of an article I saw posted by a brilliant guy. He's, one of the bloggers, his name is John Suing, I think.
John Suing. Yeah.
Ano siya, itong kanyang siya, academic, sabi niya, the West is dying and so are its lies. Sabi niya, itong what is unfolding now, mag-skip lang ako, Vince.
Yeah, please, go ahead, Paul.
What is unfolding now is not just the ICC parading another dark-skinned leader as a warning to those who refuse to genuflect before the liberal order. It is the slow agonizing death of the neoliberal order. Yung kumbaga kung paano nag-develop ang liberal democracy after the 80s and the 90s, no? The Greenspan times, okay. Ngayon sinasabi niya, even now as its cities crumble under the weight of drug addiction, the West lectures the South, developing countries, about human rights. It demands that we uphold the right to life of narco-traffickers. Okay, tapos sabi niya, the arrest of Duterte is a historical moment, but not for the reasons that the ICC imagines. Sabi niya, this is not a triumph of justice. Sabi niya, the Western liberal order is not on trial here. Sabi niya, the Western liberal order is dying in a sense. Sabi niya, China, once dismissed as a mere workshop of the world, now dictates the global economic flows. Kumbaga, pinapoint out niya na apparently this is, ito kumbaga, West versus East. Yan ang parang pinapoint out niya. And the ICC is a relic of that era that no longer commands obedience. It's a kangaroo court. So sinasabi niya, kasi sabi the West, elevates the individual so much, but sabi niya the East, dito, mas importante ang komunidad, no? So ngayon hinahambing niya is turning it into an ideological comparison. Sabi niya, that is why strong leaders, those who understand that power is not about pleasing international courts but protecting their own people, are the ones that history will vindicate. This is what really concerned me. Yung sinasabi that strong leaders protect people. Sabi niya, I know where I stand and I know that when the dust settles, it will not be The Hague writing the next chapter history, but it will be those who built, fought, and bled for the collective good. Maybe I'm a little bit paranoid, Vince, pero ang nangyayari kasi is that para sinasabi niya, tapos na ang West and the fight for individualism. Ngayon is the rise of the authoritarian for the common good. Pero kung titingnan mo kasi, parang nagpalit lang. Nagpalit lang, it's a shifting of power. Kung ganon, walang katapusan. And my concern, and I responded nga kasi Bobby Tiglao quoted this, I didn't explain myself so much. Sabi ko, this will only spur escalating violence. Alam mo yun? So if the West fights for the individual rights, the West fights for, the East fights for collective rights. Pati kung titingnan mo, there's a cultural map actually available eh. Actually, maliit lang eh. It could turn out to be a war of civilizations. Yan actually kinatatakot ko, no, na kasi, kunyari, magbibirahan, ganun din parang repetitive, yan ang kwento ng tao, eh, no? So, kumbaga, nagiging mas philosophical tayo ngayong gabi. Kasi ang mangyayari sa lokal, yun din ang mangyayari sa labas.
Mm-hmm.
Kumbaga, sinasabi ni John Suing, sabi niya, the ICC is a symbol of the West, no? Symbol of the West. Tapos sabi niya, yung si Digong supposed to be is a symbol of the East, na parang the authoritarian force for common good. Eh, kumbaga, parang, well, you know, I totally understand, but in the future, moving forward, it may be a little bit difficult to keep pursuing this track of, kumbaga, mimetic rivalries and violence. And that is why I'm proposing, I know it sounds a little bit parang Don Quixote, you know, pero yung Citizens Initiative, the Citizens Initiative, kumbaga, is an intervention. Kasi tingnan mo ang ending niya. Pag tinuloy natin yan, ano mangyayari? Sige, next slide. Okay, next slide. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon tayo ng truth and reconciliation process. I'm very careful to say process. Hindi talaga siya immediate result. Magiging proseso. Pero kasi katulad nito, tingnan mo na lang ang nangyayari, Vince. Ang laki na inilundag ng mga utak ng Pilipino with these events. Mm-hmm. Nagiging political, nagkakaroon ng, we're becoming more discursive, we're becoming more analytical, nag-i-improve yung lingwahe natin, nag-i-improve yung grammar natin, nag-i-improve lahat eh.
Ang dami na ngang abogado.
Ayan. Saba, ano mangyayari nito? Ito yun. If we have the process, what will be the next thing? Sige, can you see that? Magkakaroon tayo ng isang mapayapang Pilipinas. Maayos, makatarungan, at isang maligayang bayan. Mm. I noticed that you're a Bible reader, no? So maybe you might recognize that as a definition of what the kingdom of God is.
Amen.
Righteousness, peace, and joy. Mm. The reason I'm pointing this out is because lahat naman yan, yung una is might makes right, that's Nietzsche, no? Yung state power, you know. Lalo itong ICC, power talaga yan.
Right.
Itong Citizens Initiative is basically the gospel of the cross yan eh. Kumbaga, dying to oneself, kumbaga, and then making sure that the weak and that everybody takes personal responsibility. Mm-hmm. May ikaw ba may sala, then you take personal responsibility. On the other hand, dapat alamin natin, you know, bakit ba nagkakaroon ng droga? Bakit ba nagkakaroon? Do we just eliminate them kasi siraulo sila o ganon? Or do we say, kaya naggaganon yan dahil walang trabaho, walang makain?
Mm-hmm. Yung Citizens Initiative, it's like the life of the early Christians on the book of Acts.
Parang ganon. Parang ganon. Pero this time, it's spread out politically. I mean, spread out on a national level without telling people you should be born again or what. No. We're just saying na meron talaga it's a recognition that there is a power. Kasi hindi ba tama naman kasi yung Western liberal idea is ako lang yun. The self becomes the measure of all good, hindi ba? Kung ano yung gusto ko, yun yung tama. My definition of reality, yun. Pero actually, this particular, the gospel of the kingdom, the truth about being truly human, is that there is, that we need, that our lives are meant to, tama naman that we live in relationship to one another, but our relationship should not be self-serving, but serving the other. It should be a life of service. And it's not whether because we want to get to heaven, but that's the way to live in harmony.
I think one of the questions would be, do you think that the Filipino people are ready with this kind of approach? And how would the government see this, the Citizens Initiative?
I think, syempre there'll be some resistance, and maybe some people will also say, some people will say, hey, baka ano tayo. It will have different reactions, I think. But I think kaya tinawag ko process kasi somebody has to, we need to plant the seeds that violence is not the answer. Kasi actually ang nangyayari yan, violence is the answer Di ba? I'll kick you out, we'll come in. Then the cycle repeats.
Correct.
The cycle repeats. Ito naman yung for example, they sent out a political rival, assuming that seems to be the motive. Then yung papasok, ganun na naman.
But this would take time doing the Citizens Initiative comparing to the time of yung trial ni Digong come this September, because this would take a lot of legislative and people doing doing this kind of organizing themselves.
Alam mo sa grassroots level, alam mo it can happen in the twinkling of an eye.
In an instant, lalo na kung this situation,
pwede may mangyari maganda. Of course, kaya nga sinasabi ko proseso. Nagtatanim tayo para sa we're planting for the long run, for the long haul, no.